All right, so what's better than one GMT watch? That's two GMT watches, and I've got a couple here. These watches came in on tour from Watches Galore. They've been to a number of different channels. As a matter of fact, down below, I'm going to leave a link to those channels so you can check them out. But these are really cool. When these came in the other day, I was super, super excited because these watches are just cool. Now, obviously, if you look at them, you're going to say, hey, they're GMTs. You got a Batman, you got a Pepsi, and yes, you do. But aside from the colors, these watches have a lot to offer from Boulder Supply. So I'm going to go ahead and set one of the watches aside right now, and we're going to go ahead and get into this. Guys, thanks for tuning into the OFD channel. Scott at Watches Galore, thanks for sending these out. Thanks, Leon at Boulder Supply Company, for letting us take a look at your watches. These things are super cool, guys. You're looking at a GMT watch that not only is a GMT, but you have 300 meters water resistance, making it a true diver's watch. Triplock crown you have on these watches. It's not the first time I've shown a BOLDR GMT. As a matter of fact, what they call the Globetrotter series. The first one I showed that Scott also got out there on tour was from the Divers Watch Facebook group. It was actually a watch made for them by Boulder Supply Company. And very, very well done GMT watches from them. Now, getting into the specs of this watch, now you notice I don't have either of these watches on the strap that they come on. They are a custom fit rubber strap. I will show that to you here a little bit into the video so you can see what that looks like. And I'll show these watches on the wrist on a simple rubber NATO strap just so you guys can get an idea of what they look like. Dimensionally, what you're looking at here is a 44 millimeter case from side to side, not including the crown, of course. You're looking at 52 from lug tip to lug tip is what I measured with my caliper. They're saying 50 on the website, but I did measure 52. You have 14.5 millimeters of thickness on the case, so just under 15 millimeters. Not too thick, but it is a big, burly 300 meter dive watch. And you have a 22 millimeter lug opening on this watch. So getting up close so we can take a look at the watch, as a matter of fact, getting a closer look at the dial here, you have this matte black dial on this watch with these beautifully applied indices. You have just below the 12 o'clock position, as you guys can see, the Boulder there with the Boulder logo. Just above the 6 o'clock position, you have the 300 meters or 990 feet Globetrotter automatic. It's a GMT function watch. This watch is running the ETA 2893-2 Elabore movement in it. So it's a high beat, 28,800 vibrations per hour movement, which allows for the GMT functionality. And you also have the bonus of the date window here at the 4 o'clock position. The watch, which I really appreciate, utilizes the 4 o'clock position also for the crown, which keeps it super comfortable, especially in this big case size. You don't have a 44 millimeter case with that big crown sticking out the side. It's in a very convenient 4 o'clock position. Now, one of the things I always like about Boulder Supply Company and what they do with their watches is this industrial style case they have on these watches. Now, you look at it and you look at these hard angles. I've always considered them like hard chiseled angles on these watches. They're not, I mean, they're beautiful in their own way and they're industrial kind of engineered style, but they're not built for beauty. They're built for toughness. It's built for ruggedness. It adds just some heft and volume to the watch overall. These watches both, as you can see, they have ceramic loomed bezel inserts. They also have the BGW9 loom on those. The applied indices are full of BGW9. If you guys stick around to the end of the video, I'll light these things up so you can see them glow. They glow super, super good. So bidirectional ceramic bezel, as you guys can see, you can turn this both ways. And on a GMT style watch, that is pretty much standard functionality. With a turning bezel and the independently settable GMT hand on this watch, you can actually take, control 3 different time zones. Now, getting up closer, you can see you also have on this internal chapter ring, you have the 24-hour ring also. So just a lot going on with this watch, but it's done very clean and very nice. I really like what they're doing over there at Boulder Watch Supply. I like the color variations. Now, they also offer these in the Globetrotter series, like the Diver's Watch that had the cities on the bezel. Personally, my preference is the 24-hour bezel in this style, but some people do like that world timer style bezel when you have the different cities all the way around there. So it adds that actual more functionality to the watch. So very great looking watches here from Boulder Supply. What I'm going to go ahead and do is get one of these watches, or maybe both of them, on the rubber NATO strap so we can kind of get an idea of what they're going to look like on my 7-inch wrist, possibly what they'll look like on your wrist. So let me pause it for a second. Let's do that. All right, so there is the watch on my 7-inch wrist. Now this strap, I'm going to get the strap out of the box here in just a minute so we can check it out. But the strap that's on here obviously is not as nice as the strap that comes with it. But it does give you an idea, you know, the strap that comes with it is black. It gives you an idea of what the watch is going to look like on your wrist. You know, for a 44mm case with that crown at that 4 o'clock position, you guys can see it's definitely out of the way. And it wears very well on my wrist. It doesn't really hang over much per se. I mean, it's pretty much flat there to the wrist if you look at it. So it's a good watch. It's a very nice looking watch. Definitely, I love a GMT functionality. I love the Batman colors, especially on this one. So it looks really good. I'm going to go ahead and slip this strap on the Pepsi so we can check that out also. All right, so I love the Batman, but I think I am always a fan of the Pepsi style bezel. I don't know. There's just something about it. It harkens back to the original colors, you know. Obviously, Rolex started back in the day. But you guys, these watches are very nice looking. Now, the price on these at the website, and I do believe I can find a discount code for you, but the price currently is $799 USD. So right around $800 what you're going to pay for this watch. You know, that sounds like a lot of money, but really what you're getting with this ETA movement, very well done watches, very unique styling. You have ceramic bezel inserts with BGW9 Superluminova inserted heavily, as we'll show here in just a minute. But very nice watches. Now, I do want to show you inside the box here what you get. Now, this box is very industrial style, basically like your Pelican style case. It probably is a Pelican case, but I want to show you these straps. Now, these are natural rubber straps that you're going to get with this watch. And as you can see, they're custom. Now, sorry, I didn't take it out of here and clean it up, but this one's been on tour. But as you can see, you're going to independently adjust these. You can cut pieces out as you need to, but very nicely done with this natural rubber. Very thick and nice, but look at this clasp. I mean, this is the cool part, is the clasp that you mount onto this watch is not only just super well done, but it also has, let's see if I can do it here. You have micro adjustment, which is really cool. I love this micro adjustment. I actually don't have a bracelet right now that has it, and I wish I did, because it's just super convenient. And so once you get this watch, you know, adjusted, and especially when you're using one of these rubber style straps like this, once you get it to fit you, sometimes it might be just a little bit too tight or a little bit too loose. Having this ability to have that micro adjustment on your wrist as you know, maybe swell through the day, if you're working out or whatnot, is just a really nice feature to have. All of your information down here in the package, your warranty information, and also a really nice thing that they do is they throw in this great looking watch tool, very functional, good tool. So, all right, guys, I'm going to go ahead and dim the lights. We're going to go ahead and go out with the traditional loom shot on the OFD channel, so don't go anywhere. All right, guys, so let's go ahead and light these things up. Now, being that they have BGW9 Super Lume on the bezel and on the dial of the watch, you guys can imagine these are going to glow really, really nicely. Super happy to have these watches here on the channel. I want to thank Scott again at Watches Galore. Now, I think these will be at Chris Marshall over there at Marshall Time next, so definitely go check that out. Now, there you go. I mean, what can you say? Awesome, awesome lume. It does look like on the Pepsi version over here, it might be applied a little bit heavier. I don't know if that's the zoom function I have it on or what, but these are, you know, prototype style watches, but man, look at them glow. They definitely glow. So, all right, guys, those are the BOLDR Globetrotter GMTs. We have the Pepsi and the Batman. That's just what I'm going to call them because that's what they are. Guys, if you liked the video, give me a thumbs up down there at the bottom. And if you've not subscribed to the OFD channel yet, please do. Please do. All right, thanks, guys.